Hello, everyone. What a pleasant surprise. Thank you for being here today. If no one hasn't told you today, I'm here to tell you you are a true change agent in this world. Turn to your neighbor and say, be the change you want to see in this world. I would like to start with something funny. I heard about a couple and they had been married for 60 years. They were sitting on the front porch together, feeling romantic. The wife said, I remember when you used to always hold my hand. Her husband reached over and took her hand. She said, I remember you used to always kiss me on the cheek. He leaned over and kissed her on the cheek. She said, I remember when you used to always nibble on my ear. He got up and she said, what's wrong? Where you going? He turned around and said, to get my teeth. Foundation Fix Africa was founded in 2022 by Marlo Barge, that's me, and my partners to support the local initiatives to benefit underserved children. We are a nonprofit organization that aims to bring sustainable infrastructure to children and communities in developing countries. Our goal is to provide humanitarian services to impoverished children and women to create a safer and more just world. At Foundation Fix Africa, we use an innovative technologies to help accomplish our goals and facilitate our programs. Our focus is strategic and we aim to tackle the core issues affecting change at the ultimate level. We have a vision to create a better world where children and communities can access the resources they need to thrive. We are passionate about our mission. We are committed to positively impacting the lives of children and communities. We strive to build stronger relationships with our partners and our other organizations and create an effective, efficient, and innovative programs. We are driven by our passion for making a difference and our commitment to creating a more equitable future for all.
This is Kikania, and this is Jafari. They both live in developing countries amid poverty and lack of basic resources. But their lives will be very different because of one thing. Kikania is getting an education. She will gain knowledge that will make her healthier, stronger, and more in charge of her own destiny. At 12, instead of a child bride, she'll be a child in school. At 15, she'll be planning her future instead of her children's. Education will give her skills that will bring opportunities to rise above poverty, to be part of a global community that will be more peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable, all because of education. No child should have their opportunities stunted, their future derailed, or their health suffer when something as fundamental and essential as education. This is Kikania, and this is
Kakinya's story. Like my narrator said, instead of Kakinya being a child bride at 12 years old, she would be a child at school. You understand me? Instead of planning her family's future at 15, she will be planning her education. You know what I'm saying? Foundation Fix Africa's educational program brings restoration to situations like this. Our programs provide quality educational resources to African youth. Through our programs, we offer support for educational projects and initiatives across the continent. From early childhood to post secondary education, we strive to empower African youth to reach their full potential and to create a better future for their continent. About me, Marlo Barge, MBA graduate, philanthropist, executive director of Foundation Fix Africa, doing what's vital to my title. In my professional career, I have over 10 plus years of experience in the talent acquisition and talent management industry. Prior to this, I served my country proud in the United States Marine Corps as a combat engineer, where I learned a wealth of knowledge and experience on how to build temporary infrastructures. However, I do come from very humble beginnings. I remember the ghetto streets. I remember drinking water for dinner. I remember wearing hand me down clothes. I went through trials, tribulations, and situations as a kid. And when I turned 18, I vowed to myself and God to be a servant of the people. I'm a father of two wonderful sons, and I love all children. My aha moment came during my tenure as a director of talent acquisition. And as the director of talent acquisition, I was conducting a chief operating executive search for my client, which was a hiring manager, the CEO, interviewing Fortune 500 executives. This was where things got interesting. He explained he came from very humble beginnings where he had no running water, no working electricity, no working sewage, basically zero infrastructure for, for this urban community. He remembers his mother getting sick and not having the means to get to the hospital. He remembers his mother becoming terminally ill with cancer on her deathbed, and her dying wishes were, "Help the mothers of the world, son." And he vowed from that day forth he was going to carry out his mother's dying wishes. This chief operating officer executive, he graduated from Harvard University, obtained his career at a Fortune 500 transportational company building infrastructures in the urban communities. This was my aha moment because this story and many other stories like his really resonated with me. How big is this problem in Africa? According to UNESCO, of all regions, sub Saharan Africa has the highest rate of educational exclusion. Over one fifth of children between the ages of 6 and 11 are out of school, followed by one third youth between the ages of about 12 and 14. According to the UIS data, almost 60% of youth between the ages of about 15 and 17 are not in school. And across the region, 9 million girls between the ages of 6 and 11 will never go to school at all. Consequently, many children are forced to drop out of school because of financial hardship and inadequate funds. According to the United Nations, 42% of African school children will drop out before the end of primary school. These frustrated children sometimes end up in undesirable activities with their potential wasted. The rate of undereducated Africans is not only a tragedy, it is a potential disaster for the future leadership of African communities. No child should be denied the right to education, not in these day and age. Early marriages and early motherhood can put a girl's education at full stop. Did you know, according to the United Nations Population Fund, Africa has the world's highest rate of adolescent pregnancies? UNFPA Executive Director Babatunde D states adolescent pregnancy is intertwined with issues of human rights, and all pregnant girls who is pressured or forced to leave school, for example, is denied her right to an education. In many cases, pregnant girls and young mothers are unwelcomed in traditional classroom setting. This barrier also exists in Western world here, where alternative programs help expectants and young mothers to finish their education. How has Foundation Fix Africa tackling this problem? Through our school fee assistance program, we pay school fees for hundreds of impoverished children and secondary age children. And behind the scenes, we are constructing schools. You understand what I'm saying? And a couple of high schools and elementary schools in the region are our partners who have helped us in some of our Foundation Fix Africa's day to day operations. Like, for instance, Mrs. Fidance or Chando. She is a fourth grade teacher that stays after school to help slow learners and even comes in on the weekends to help slow learners catch up. You understand me? So we have recognized her this month for being the best teacher of the month. Actually, she's probably one of the best teachers of the year, one of the best teachers over there. But nonetheless, she's working miracles with helping some of the slower learning students. And she's bending over backwards. These are some of our many partners that we have partnered up with as far as teachers is concerned. That's very critical. We need teachers to teach the students. The fundraising goal this year, the fundraising goal is $250,000. And this year has increased because we're looking to be able to serve 1,000 more families than in previous years. We're going to need $250,000 or 25 donors to contribute $10,000 in order to be able to serve those additional 1,000 families. You got to get involved so that these women and children can evolve. We're looking to raise this money by January 1st to be able to serve these families right away. How to help children in Africa. With your help and donation of $1,000 today, we can meet our goal faster and make sure girls like Kikenya are never forced into marriage prior to receiving their education. Here's how to take action. Take action by text to donate. Text the word Kikenya to 53555. Once again, text the word to Kikenya. Text that word Kikenya to 53555. Every little bit helps make a big difference. Let's make this world a better place. Now's the time. I hope you never want as long as you live and you live as long as you want. Thank you for taking the time to listen to what we're doing in Africa.